Hello and welcome to part 2 of How to Be a DJ. And in this segment, I would just like to point out a few things to know about the You.DJ web app and a few simple tips and tricks about DJing in general. So, what about You.DJ? First thing I think you need to know about is over here are the settings. And there's one incredibly important setting. I already got it queued up even. Advanced settings, this baby here. Disable auto tempo and beat sync. What that means, if I click this box, is that the You.DJ software is no longer going to attempt to blend evenly and smoothly from one song into the next by matching the tempos. And the reason I have clicked that and chosen to disable it is that it's really annoying when you're going from, say, a relatively slow song and trying to bring in a relatively quick song up underneath, and the software knows that and says, well, let's make that slow song quick. And suddenly you have a bunch of chipmunks singing to you about, Beautiful Night at the DJ or I'm at the disco. I don't want that. So I like to keep that box checked so that it does not attempt to match tempos. However, what that means is this exposes with all the warts and blemishes possible the fact that I couldn't beat match to save my life. What I think is interesting about DJing is creating an overall feeling from a bunch of different songs and manipulating within the song how it sounds. I don't really care so much about going from one song to the next really smoothly. But there's some guys who do that really well, and gals, and that's pretty cool too. I mean, I've danced to it and I've been amazed sometimes what they can do. But for now, we'll keep it like this. Disabled. Okay, here we are looking at the desktop. A few basic things I want to point out. If you want to record your mix, you just click right here on record, and wow, it starts recording. When you're done and you want to stop the recording, you just click that button again. And as you can see, you can listen to the mix and edit any info in it, and then send it on to mix.dj, or you can share it onto Facebook or Twitter. If you wanted to save it to your own computer, you'd have to be using the desktop app, which you have to pay for. So we're not going to bother with that. Click on record again. Okay, a few basic things to know about You.DJ and DJing in general again are, first of all, keep an eye on your overall song levels as you're DJing. And what you do that right over here. This is the level for the right-hand turntable. Let me get it to a loud portion of the song, or relatively loud. So you see these red bars bouncing up and down. That was the volume of the song. It is possible that some songs will be a lot quieter than that, and you'll want to turn those up louder. It's also possible that you might wind up with a song that's really loud, the way it was recorded originally, and you might want to play that one a bit lower. Why I put these two levels at about 3/4 is that it gives me some room to maneuver. If the song is too quiet, I can turn it up. If I start it off this way, there's nowhere I can go. There's nothing I can do. It's going to be a quiet song. And quiet songs tend to clear the dance floor. Next thing to know are beats per minute. And they are displayed right here on the right. This is the BPM of each version of this song as the rush comes, as determined by the You.DJ software. And it can't determine every BPM that's out there. If a song has a sufficiently complicated intro, like say there's a long period of synthesizers before any drums kick in, the software gets confused and it says, yeah, there's nothing here, there's no song. And it gives you a question mark. But generally speaking, this song is around 135 beats per minute, as you can see. So we're going to queue up a dance mix of the song here on the right, which the software is unable to determine the speed of. And we're going to do a chill out version over here on the left, which it thinks runs at 135 beats per minute, which is pretty fast for a chill out tune. Who knows? Maybe it is. Next thing to know about blending easily and successfully from one song to the next is it's good to know your song structures. What I mean by a song structure is you need to know where the quiet and louder portions of a song are. Why do you need to know that? Every DJ you will ever see is wearing a pair of headphones. And they do that because through their headphones, they can listen to what the next song sounds like. Is it fast? Is it slow? Where are the loud points? Where are the quiet points? Where are the beats falling? As I said, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't do that with You.DJ. So know your structure. What I mean by that is this is the beginning of the dance track. It's relatively quiet in here. There's no beats, in fact, for this beginning segment right there. And then around here, boom, it's all about the beat. And they take a little break, and then boom, it's all about the beat right through to the end. So if I wanted to go from the chill out version to the dance version, it would probably be best to do that at a mellow portion of each song. So let me demonstrate what I'm talking about here. This is a segue using song structure. Song playing on the left, leads with this little break. Now you're hearing both songs. Now I've gone to the right-hand song entirely. That segue works because I took advantage of the song structure and that there was no beats to compete with each other. Okay. You can also use effects to mask the fact that you may not be so good at beat matching. Let me give you an example of that. So we're cruising along there. We're going to go into, for some odd reason, the same song. Left. But I don't want to take all of this time to get to here. So what I'm going to do, start this one playing on the looper, which loops the text. I mean, loops the song, sorry. And if you don't like the looper, there's other effects you can use, such as the slicer. Kind of makes it possible to segue from song to song without people noticing the fact that you didn't match beats. Here's another way to do that. Let's turn off the slicer over here. What I'm going to do now is drop the bass, as they say. Where dropping the bass goes, it makes it easier for you to go from one song to the next because the kick drums on the two songs aren't competing with one another. By dropping the bass all the way down, I've effectively eliminated the kick drum from this song. So that's what I've got to say about DJing tips. I also want to say you should get into it. Enjoy what you're doing. You want to bob your head? Bob your head. You want to tap your foot? You should tap your foot. It helps you keep time. Really, 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 really does. See you later.
We drift deeper, life goes on. We drift deeper, drift deeper. We drift deeper into the sound.